So first video review for this week is for Uncharted by Robyn Nyx. If you want to check out my Goodreads review, I have just posted that. So if you're on Facebook or if you're on my blog, then there is a link within the post, or the review is within the post. And if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. And this is the video review. So Uncharted by Robyn Nyx. Oh my god, I can't tell you how excited I was for this book. I really can't. Robyn gave us a snippet of this back in June when we went to the Bold Strokes Books Festival, and oh my god, she read like a snippet and I was so excited. I really was so excited, so I couldn't wait to get a copy of this for review, and I am so pleased with it. It was amazing. What an adventure, seriously. I think I did a reading update that actually said, you know, how rough like tomb raiding was. It's pretty tough, right? It's a tough break. So this story follows Chase and Rain. They really do have like the ultimate rivalry in their field of treasure hunting, tomb raiding, treasure hunting. You know, they do a bit of both. And so as Chase is more of an archaeologist, so she sees the beauty in it and she really wants to capture history and document it. Whereas Rain is she's a bit more bulldozer typey, I guess, and she's an antique expert. So you know, they both have a different view on their job and what they're doing, but they kind of have to learn to work together again when they get the opportunity of a lifetime. And Chase, she's not really thrilled about having to work with Rain again. They have a lot of history, which really makes this story exciting. It's the history. But she isn't really thrilled about accompanying Rain, and especially after learning who they're working for and who they might be working against. And she sort of goes along for a bit of a wild ride, and they kind of both come away with a lot more than they expected from the whole experience, which is lovely. So it really is one of those adventure type books. It's more focused on the adventure than any sort of sense of romance, but these two brilliant characters have amazing rivalry, like they really do. So for me, I just absolutely adore Robyn Nyx's books. I really do. When she brings stories to us, she brings us something completely different. So she brings us strong characters and adventure and excitement. And Uncharted, you know, it was no exception. It had all those strong female leads. It had an epic adventure. It had suspense. It had mystery, and it had twists and turns. And it was just wondrous. Like, it just, you really felt like you were out there with Chase and Rain, having this adventure and being a part of it, and just being part of this whole experience with them. That's how vivid it was. And it was like really immersive. Like, I just got really sucked into what they were doing and like discovering and learning with them, and I think that was the lovely thing. It was really the opportunity to experience an adventure from that whole tomb raiding side of things. You know, like when you were a kid and you used to play like Tomb Raider, and you'd just be like, wow, this is fantastic, and like that is the same experience that you got, just without Lara Croft, and with someone better than Lara Croft, actually, because Chase and Rain are real people. They're real characters. I think that was really what was important. Robyn hadn't tried to sexualise them in any way, which is what happens with adventures like in the main media. They were really sexy, strong women, but not sexualised, and I think that was really good. I really loved that this book focused on the adventure and what their goals were, and them as characters, their history and their interactions. That was so important. But the imagery was so vivid, and it gave, like, the descriptions just gave great detail, and really, you know, you could really see it. You could really see what they were experiencing, everything. It was amazing, and I loved learning about the treasures they were trying to seek. I love that educational factor as well. Like, I learned something too. So whilst Chase and Rain are on their adventure and they're learning from one another, and they're learning a little bit more about something they're already knowledgeable in, I'm learning as a reader all about something that I probably wouldn't have been interested in before. But when Chase and Rain are explaining it, it's so much more interesting than school. But it was really good, and what I loved most was just that it was a really fast pace. So the interactions and the adventure just really, you know, made a brilliant story. And then it was that entire cast with Chase and Rain that really contributed to making this story be one with like heart and meaning and a lot of depth, and rather than just, you know, fast adventure that's over in seconds. There was a lot of layers and a lot of things for you to learn about, which was great. It was just so much fun. It really was so much fun, and there wasn't a moment that I didn't enjoy it. I really loved it. Even when things were getting a bit close to the wire and gritty, like even when things were getting a little bit serious, it was just really an amazing story. It really, really was. Chase and Rain, like I say, it's just their interactions, their love-hate relationship. It really drove this story, and that rivalry, you know, it really made it special. Without that, they just would have been two women on an adventure. That banter and uplifting sort of attitude and underlying attraction really fed, you know, it was undeniable in creating so much tension, and that tension you needed between them. It kept that pace. It then added to the level of adventure. It added to the level of your sort of intensity as a reader, of wondering whether they were going to come out the other side of this adventure, whether they were going to get what they needed, whether it was going to be what they expected, like all their emotions, thoughts, feelings, actions, that all built to you as the reader having this enjoyable experience. And it was really, really well done. It was really clever. But do you know what? They were both quite similar characters in the end. They're similar in so many ways. And although I loved Chase to bits, I thought she was really genuine and really great. The character for me here is Rain. I love Rain. She's got a really tough exterior, but you got a lot of snippets of vulnerability. You got vulnerability from both of them, but Rain was the one you didn't quite expect it. And there are a few moments you really, really get from Rain, and you just know deep down that she is such a good person, and that she's done what she's had to do to get by, but there's a lot of heart and soul in her. And in the end, I think you'll end up loving Rain just as much as you were instantly, you know, endeared by Chase. They're both wonderful characters. I love both of them. So, you know, all I can say is amazing, epic adventure that I highly, highly recommend, and I really, really want more. I love Chase and Rain. I can't wait to see them again. I hope we see them again. They are absolutely fantastic. This was just a brilliant adventure to enjoy. So, with that, I will pop a link in the description so you can go and grab yourselves a copy of Uncharted by Robyn Nyx. If you've read Uncharted by Robyn Nyx, please get in touch. Please let me know what you thought of it. How did you find it? I'm really, really excited to hear your thoughts on it. If you haven't read it yet, but it's on your to-read list, or you're hoping to read it, or you have a copy and you haven't read it yet, or you're hoping that it will be in your Christmas wish list, then I really, really, really hope that you enjoy it when you do get a copy, and just have a great adventure reading it, because it's one to really, really enjoy. Bye!